In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to take your dribbling to the next level. I'm going to be completing the Dribble 2 overhaul course, where I start off by giving you some basic tips and then gradually get more technical as we go along. Now, if you're on console and don't play on PC and don't have access to the workshop maps, don't worry, because everything that I'll be teaching you here, you will be able to use just in normal games and in normal free play. So we're going to start off with like some tips for more lower ranked players, and then as we move on, I'll go more technical for the higher ranked players. So you want to be taking ball cam off. That's the first tip, because as you see, the camera just goes everywhere and it makes it impossible to dribble. And then first off, you just want to learn how to slow the ball down, because you want to be going as slow as you can at the start. So you can see that little like marker in the middle of the circle. So like if you drive ahead of that, then you'll slow the ball down. And if you come the other side of it, then you'll speed the ball up, because that's the easiest way to practice dribbling, because the faster you go, the harder it is. So you just want to keep it on your car, stay within the white circle at the bottom. Okay, now we can speed it up a bit. You want to take the ball from the left to the right, from the right to the left. Like you just want to keep switching the ball to either side of your car. And then you can maybe drift a little, if you need to slow down a bit. So this is a really good level to practice the Powerslide cut, like the drift. So we just hit the ball up and then look, we drift to the right there. And that's just giving you a little bit of practice with the drift button. And then we can use that in level 4. So we can drift a lot, so we can just keep catching the ball. And then we just hold down the drift button every time we catch the ball and turn. Then we can go for one big drift turn here, make sure we control it, keep it on the top of our car, because we can't let the ball get to the front of our car too much, right? Because then the ball will get too much momentum. So now we want to start off slow. Again, put it on the back of our car to slow it down. So once the ball starts getting too much momentum, we know we can slow it down by just driving ahead of the ball a bit. And then here we just want to do a few little drifts, just try and keep it on top of our car, but practice that speeding it up and slowing it down. Yeah, that's what you want to practice here. And then direction changes. One thing you're going to notice that's so important in dribbling is being able to change direction of the ball. Now we just got a simple obstacle to get around. So again, back of the car, keep it slow, and then keep it really slow around here, just while we make it around the obstacle. Keep it nice and simple, and then just into the goal. Now what I'm going to do here is something a little bit different. I'm actually going to start off with a pop, right? So I'm going to roll it back to myself. So I get a little pop onto the ball, and then I get more control over it. Same thing as level 6, right? We just take it really slowly. So just really slowly around these obstacles. And then maybe a few little drifts, and then put it in the goal. So now we've got a ramp. And the important thing here is that you just keep the ball right on top of your car, but you want to go slow. You don't want to fly over this ramp at like full pace. And then we're just going to add in a lot of drifting with direction change, just to make it that little bit harder for ourselves. Now we're going to start off quickly, and then we're going to slow the ball down as we get closer to the ramp. So you see as I do a big drift turn there, just to slow the ball down. And then when going uphill, you want the ball right on the front of your car here. And then we have to transition it to the back of our car. So that's what's really difficult about that little transition. You got to take the ball from the front to the back of your car. And then again, practice just slowing it down. Level 10, I think there's a jump up here. So we just control it, get ready for the jump. And then you just want to do a double jump and then a little tap. Hasn't got to be too clean, right? Because it's all about that catch. So you just got to be able to catch the ball after that jump there. Speed up and get it on the back of our car just to get control of the ball again. And now with this one, because we've got to get it high, I want to do the backflip flip right here, because that's how you get a lot of height on the ball. Now I think we've got another jump up here, so we take it fast at the start and then we slow it down as we get to the hill. And then we just don't even have to jump, you just have to go straight over that. And then brake just as we catch the ball. Make sure we catch it on the back of our car to slow it down. So now we're going to add in a couple of little flicks. So we're just going to go for a basic diagonal flick. Then we're going to catch it with the drift and then just side flip it into the net. And this shot's a little bit more difficult because we got the obstacles. And then we're going to try a little side flick and then catch it. Then we drift there to slow the ball down. And then we just got to try and dribble it around these obstacles. And then we're trying to end it on the musty. Not my best musty, but it's alright. Now we got the obstacle, so that flick that we did earlier, the back flick, want to do that here. And then wave dash to catch up to the ball. Now we just got to put it onto the back of the car again, slow it down. And now we just got to put it into the net. Now this one's a little bit difficult because you do have to do a bit of air control. So we're just going to knock it up into the air and then just get a little touch on it. Nothing too fancy. All that's important here is we catch the ball there. It's all in that catch. That's what's important. Then we just dribble it home. Now we start to move up in the technical level with level 17. Now we've got 2 obstacles that we have to get over. Just dribble the ball, double jump, catch on the back of the car again, double jump, catch, back of the car. And then we'll just dribble it home. And then the more comfortable you become with dribbling, start trying more technical stuff to make it harder for yourself. Now this one's difficult, but we're going to go with the pillar that's going away from us, yeah? Then here we go with a double jump catch. And then we're going to try adding in some wave dashes into our dribbles, just to take the technical level up a little bit. So we wave dash into a power slide cut, then we just wait for these 2 pillars to open, and then we flick it into the goal. Now obviously the higher level we get, the more difficult these are going to become. Now we'll go for a little wave dash off the bat just to get some speed. Then we get a little double jump over there. And just to keep the difficulty up, wave dash a little bit. Then we've got a jump here. Boost down to the ground so I get down early. Now I just want to show you here that power sliding into the ball is a really good way of slowing it down. So if you drift into the side of the ball, it's a really good way for you to slow the ball down. And then we just finish off with a power shot. And then the reason I bring up the power slide cut is because this level is really good for just learning how to change direction. So you just got the roll direction like that, where you just roll the ball from one side of your car to the other. Then you can go for a wave dash direction change. I think the best direction change is with the drift, like as I've been showing over and over again. But that's something that you definitely want to be practicing. Just practice that as much as you can, like just go into free play and practice drifting with the ball and changing direction. Now the levels I struggle on the most are the ones with the hills. I just find these difficult. But my best tip is that you want to keep the ball right on top of your car until it starts like slowing down too much. And then you want to back off from the ball and then you want to like drive towards the ball again. But then remember, when you're coming down the hill, you have to transition the ball to the back of your car. Otherwise it's going to roll too far forward. So because the hill's right in front of us, I'm going to start the dribble to the side so I can chip it up a bit. And same again, we're just going to try and slowly go up this hill. And then when you transition over to the downhill, then we put it to the back of our car. I just can't get up this hill. That's all right. We just back off from the ball a bit and then get some extra touches. But like I say, these ones, I find them very difficult. Now I find this level fun. There's a gap in the middle, so we've got to have a direction change at the side here. Nearly run it too far so we get the flick. And then we catch it. And to speed up a bit, you can get some wave dashes. So just to show that you don't have to wave dash just for direction changes, you can actually gain some speed with a wave dash. This is like quite a windy one. There's obstacles, so we're just going to do a couple of little wave dashes here and there. And then just change direction around these. Nearly lose it, we got it. Nearly, but just recovered with the drift, see, that's why it's so good. Oh, just missed that one. Go for a couple of little wave dashes, little catch. Now, when there's a lot of pace on the ball, it can be difficult to control, so we just got to concentrate. But that's the good thing about adding in wave dashes, right? Is that it makes it a little more difficult, so it gives you more blackout moments. So more moments where, you know, your hand-to-eye coordination needs to improve. So we'll go for a backwards wave dash there. And we just got to dribble it around this corner, keep wave dashing. I actually wave dashed the wrong way, but we do get a recovery and then a little back wave dash just to slow the ball down, making sure it's not going too fast. Now we're going to pop this one to the right because we have to get around this corner and there's a jump straight away. So double jump and then catch. If your touch is too hard, you just want to make sure that you speed up without touching the ball, right? So you got to boost forward without touching the ball to get under it, to be able to get a touch. Oh, I'm nearly messed up there. Because if you touch it while you're boosting forward, then obviously you'll hit the ball and then you won't be able to catch up to it. Now, if you're not struggling by these levels, then you're a dribbling god. You're only seeing 100% completion for me. You're not seeing all the times that I failed. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it yourself, you know, and don't get too disheartened if like you can't do it straight away. So now we're just going to go nice and steady because we're waiting for the second barrier to spawn. So as this barrier spawns right here, I want to go after it, because if you go too early, obviously like the barrier will take you out. And we just got to dribble it around these obstacles here. Not too difficult, this one. As long as you go slow and steady and just keep almost in a straight line, you should be okay. I find the biggest things that mess me up are the barriers, the red barriers. Now again, this one, very good for direction changes, because you have to dribble it around these red barriers. But you'll notice when I'm changing direction, I'm either using the rolling technique that I spoke about, or we're using the power slide cut, or occasionally we're going to use the wave dash if we want a quick change of direction to the opposite side. And then the better you get at dribbling in a straight line, you want to throw in a few jumps and direction changes just to make it more difficult for yourself so you improve faster. Tough change of direction there, and then a little hop over that gap because you never know if it's going to take you out or not. Now this is definitely the hardest level in my opinion. I'd say this is the one I struggle on the most. So you just want to make sure we don't go too fast. So plenty of catches on the back of our car to make sure that we keep good pace. And then we're just going to make our way around these obstacles. Make sure we don't crash into any, but these hills. Keep it on the front of our car. Once we start losing pace, back off a bit and then push it up the hill a bit more. And then around these obstacles, then coming down the hills, really tough not to get too much pace coming down here. But again, you just transition it to the back of your car and then just round these last two obstacles and then a nice flick into the goal. And then that brings us on to the very last level, which kind of combines everything that we've learned so far into this one level. So we had the little double jump catch there, another little double jump catch. All the while we're sort of catching on the back of our car, then we're slowly like drifting to the left, because obviously we're going around in pretty much a circle here. Another double jump. Oh, I nearly messed up there. They're nearly catching me out. Oh, where am I going? Oh no, we'll drift this way. Oh, that was close. But we got it. But I hope some of this helped you, improve your own dribbling game. If you did find it helpful, then please hit the like button. But thanks for watching, and until next time.